Universal Resorts and Nintendo are teaming up. Take our coins, please. We're talking about the new Nintendo Land in a very special video game themed episode of Screen Junkies News. It's me, Sasha Perevero. Everyone wanted to know what it would be like to ride in a Mario Kart, or smash some pots for prizes, eat all the things like Kirby. Well, in a video uploaded yesterday, legendary game creator Shigeru Miyamoto himself, along with Universal's Mark Woodbury, announced that Universal's Orlando, Osaka, and Hollywood parks will soon be breaking ground on Nintendo attractions. Could this mean Nintendo is one step closer to greenlighting movies? Well, here with me to break it all down is players 2, 3, and 4, Dan Murrell, Andy Signor, and Mr. J. Washington. Gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. What do we think this means? Does this mean that now there's like a little bit less of a tight grip on the IP that Nintendo's been holding on to since that delightful Super Mario movie we all remember with John Leguizamo?
I mean, I would think so, because they also just finally licensed to Apple, which was telling too. They finally got the first Super Mario mobile game.
Yeah.
When you get that to Apple, that's a big thing.
Because you don't want to give that away, and now couldn't all those games just be mobile apps, to be honest? Because it's a hairline. So the fact that they're now finally open and doing this, I think is really smart for the brand.
Very smart, and for the company, because Nintendo was suffering, and then the Wii came out, and that was a great shot in the arm. But now their consoles are kind of back on the decline now, and I think that they're realizing, and I think that they're a little behind the curve with a lot of other people, that the future of gaming is not necessarily in console gaming; it's in these properties.
And the fact they just brought back out the retro system, which sold out immensely super quick. So now Nintendo's like, okay, we can keep advancing and investing in what we want to do. So this is a big move.
Yeah, I mean, I argue Disney's success is the brand. Like, it's the awareness of the parks, it's the stores, it's the keeping their merchandise always front of the shelves and bringing them back in smart ways and just keeping them alive. Like, you got to do it. And I think Nintendo has that advantage over the other gaming companies by far, because who's bigger than Mario in the gaming world? It's the best. And so for them to actually be able to now create Mario Land and Mario World is just like, yes.
Well, it's also so smart because, I mean, we all grew up with Nintendo, and now a lot of people, like Andy, have children. So you can take your kids to the park, and it becomes this multi-generational, multi-platform opportunity to make more money.
Well, it's like we're running out of IPs to sort of create that are park-worthy, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like they're all, Avatar now has a land at Disneyland.
Right.
It's
And they have
Potter
Cirque du
Land,
Soleil.
Star Wars Land, Avengers are popping up now. Like, there aren't that many that I think are worthy. Nintendo's totally worthy.
Well, you brought up Harry Potter World, and Dan, before we started, you were saying that Harry Potter World here in LA is a lot smaller than the one in Orlando. Where are they going to put this in Hollywood, actual Nintendo Land?
I don't know. If you've ever been to Universal Studios Hollywood, it is, I mean, the Universal Studios in Orlando is a theme park.
Right.
It's sprawling.
Two theme parks.
It's two theme parks now. It's sprawling. It's massive. Universal Studios in Hollywood is a movie studio with a theme park attached to it, just kind of jammed in wherever they can find it.
Full of scenes.
So I don't know where they're going to put it in the park itself. I don't know if they're going to tear stuff down. Usually they replace attractions, but they've just kind of gone through and just did a Simpsons Land. They just did Harry Potter World.
They got rid of Waterworld already, so where does this go?
No, Waterworld's still there, but I'm afraid they're going to take Waterworld down.
They're just going to buy out area.
They got rid of it for Harry Potter World. Now I got to go to Universal.
Still there.
Well, so what we do know is probably, let's assume, Osaka and the Orlando properties will have a lot more space, right? So this is more of a draw for them. What sorts of attractions would you gentlemen like to see at these parks? Dan, let's start with you.
I think they've got to be interactive in some way or form. I much like what Disney did with Toy Story, with the Buzz Lightyear game, with the lasers and stuff. That's fun. But I think that, I think you can get a couple of rides. You can get an interactive ride. I think you can get a kind of Simpsons-esque, probably Mario Kart ride, something like that. A 3D in-kart experience. That would be fun. But yeah, I think if you can bring the experience of playing a video game, that's going to be the draw.
Jay, do you have a specific game you'd like to see?
I would like to, I'm going to piggyback off Dan. Yeah, you want to see interactive. You want to be a part of this. And again, like you were saying, you bring kids and yourself into it. So let's go Donkey Kong. Let's go a virtual Donkey Kong where you have like an animatronic Donkey Kong at the top throwing giant...
So we're talking pixels?
Oh,
No.
Don't invoke
Don't
pixels,
scream
Andy.
that, Andy.
Don't you say those words.
That movie, we're gonna Men in Black everybody.
Literally, it turns
Yeah.
into a donkey, right? You have to jump over the barrels.
No, I mean,
It
you
did
get,
look
like,
fun, though.
It looked fun, but like you get like giant Nerf type barrels and it throws. So if they hit you, it's nothing hurting you, but you just have the fun of it. You know, you have a giant crash
You
pad. at
can't
the
have
bottom.
people throwing things, Nerf barrels. There's a lawsuit waiting to
A
happen.
Nerf barrel cannot hurt anybody.
Jay, it's a giant barrel. Okay, I appreciate the sentiment, and I do think a Donkey Kong game would be awesome, but what about this? You guys are talking about interactive. What if we go full 3D virtual reality experience Tetris? What if it's like being in Tron, but when you're in the game, you have to like jump and grab and get pieces and then throw them into place? Because for me, that totally satisfies my OCD, but it's a virtual reality experience.
What about all the people that's claustrophobic?
Did you ever see that game show Hole in the Wall where you had to actually?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
The Japanese game show.
yes.
It would be like that, but with actual pieces, and you're in the VR headset. I think that would be
In the
awesome.
Oculus headset.
Okay. What you got,
I mean,
Andy?
I got the
With
one
your
we all want.
aunt?
It's the Mario Kart
Yeah.
ride.
So
You
tell me
create
about
the
it.
Mario World setting, and it's like I think it's Autotopia or something in here in California. But like, let's get a cart that actually has some like VR gaming capabilities, so you can, virtually shoot shells at each other while you're driving the cart around. Like, that'd be amazing. So you're keeping score,
Sure.
and you can slow the driver in front of you down while you pass. Like a real life go-kart, Mario Kart with the full bells and whistles would be an insanely fun ride.
It's also at Universal, and Universal has the Fast and Furious ride. So is there a possibility for a crossover?
I don't want to see
Can I
Vin
just say,
Diesel versus
the Fast and
Luigi.
Furious ride is not a ride. You're literally, it's fun. It's on the tram, but you're stationary, and I think you need to do something a
Again,
little
'cause
more.
they're at a room.
They're at a room, so they just keep adding things to the studio tour. Like the King Kong ride is not a ride. You're sitting in the tram. So I think that Andy's right. And I agree. Mario Kart, that was what I picked too. Smash Brothers would be fun, but I think Mario Kart is the attraction. You have to add some kind of interactivity. I agree.
Yeah, you do.
I wouldn't mind some sort of like small world type of ride where you get to drive through Donkey Kong and then Metroid
You get
and
to see all
Icarus.
those.
That's
And you
awesome.
can have
It's like
so
the
many of them.
evolution.
Go through the Legend of Zelda.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that
Because
would
a
be
dark
rad.
ride with these Disney characters would be actually really fun.
Disney characters.
Yeah. No, dark ride
Yeah.
meaning like
Sure,
like
sure,
the
sure.
like Peter Pan ride at Disneyland, like
Yeah.
they call
Yeah.
it the dark ride.
Ah, okay.
When you get it, it slows you down, it gets your eyes ready, and then it's
Yeah.
all the cool. I think you could do. You could just do Mario World. There's enough there, but I thought it might be fun to do Nintendo Land. Or
Yeah, that'd be
Giant
awesome.
bullet
You would
bill
go
coming
inside
at you.
the game console.
Yeah. Well, Jay, you just brought up Zelda, and there's of course been rumors that Netflix is going to do Zelda in some capacity. But let's talk about movies. What movie would you like to see from a Nintendo game, Dan?
Mine is really stupid, but it could be fun. It's so dumb, it's fun. I want to see a Paperboy movie. We get Jacob Tremblay from Room. He's a great kid actor.
Sold.
He's the Paperboy, and Nick Nolte as the grizzled mentor.
God.
So you're sold still?
Mentoring the Paperboy. I think that it's going to be so good because you take it so seriously that it's funny.
Clint Eastwood directed.
That's what I was going to say.
yeah,
Clint
yeah.
Eastwood from Gran Torino. Nick Nolte what to do.
delivering papers. I just think there's something really funny to me
Get
about
on the
taking the
porch, not the
dumbest
lawn.
and, by the way, hardest Nintendo game of all time, Paperboy,
Is it the
and making
hardest?
it. Oh, it's so hard. And making it
It's
into
really hard.
a
It's a
really
difficult game.
self-serious, almost parodically, if that's a word, a parody of itself. How
like
serious it
parodically.
takes it. I don't know. That's just a funny idea.
So
to
how
me.
would he vandalize the houses?
With paper.
That's why he needs a mentor. He's throwing papers through windows. He's running over people's
Or the
pets
paper,
and
the
trash
paper
cans.
industry is going out of business because it's all
Exactly.
digital.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have to take it so seriously
Oh,
that
God,
it's
I love
funny,
it.
like the way that Nick Nolte did in Tropic Thunder. I don't know. There's something.
See, hold on,
funny
you
about that
pivoted
idea.
me. I'm going off book, sorry, but that's
Yeah.
a funner ride. If we had a Star Tours ride that could change games.
Tropic Thunder?
Oh,
and
yeah.
so part of the game you're throwing
Oh.
Paperboy.
Oh, yes.
Another game you're doing Metroid like that, and then you could also like Star Tours. You could change the
Game
games.
Genie, the
Game
ride.
Genie.
Yes, the
Awesome.
ride.
That's what I want.
Oh, Nintendo, call these boys. All right, Jay, what movie would you like to see?
So this movie was done before, and everyone hated it. Super Mario Brothers. We remember that.
Oh, boy.
Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo.
Poor Bob Hoskins.
Poor John Leguizamo tried to be an Puerto Rican Italian. That's what he
Or
was.
everyone involved.
Everyone
Or
involved.
Dennis Hopper.
Samantha.
Dennis Hopper.
Samantha Mathis.
Oh my God, everyone.
princess.
So I say we do it right this time, though. This time for Mario, we have Bob Hoskins.
He's dead.
And- He's dead. I mean, not Bob Hoskins. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Too soon, bro.
A Bob Hoskins type.
A Bob Hoskins type. Bob Hoskins type.
Sorry, type.
How about Joe Pesci?
That's what I meant. Joe Pesci.
That's
what I
good.
meant. Joe Pesci.
Joe
That's what I
Pesci.
meant. Thank
Joe
you.
Pesci would be great.
Thank you, Joe Pesci. You all are in my ears. And for Luigi, Shia LaBeouf. Could you imagine that
my
type
God.
of odd couple?
No.
They're insane.
I think this will be just as bad as the original.
They're
Joe Pesci hasn't made a movie in decades.
It would be like Ishtar. It would never get to screen because they're so
No,
insane.
I want a Pixar-style Mario Brothers.
No, we
movie.
don't. No.
Yes.
I would see that.
No,
I would watch that.
I want the
agree.
good animated
You want that-
world building.
I mean, we could do both with a CGI blend.
I don't think you can do
don't wanna
Mario.
do that?
They're plumbers. What do they do? There is no plot.
Nintendo is sitting on a gold mine. They need to make the first animated shared universe like the MCU, take all their properties, get great creative teams behind them,
So
Warner
Cap-
Brothers,
so Captain and the
Zelda.
Game Master.
What's that?
Remember Captain and the Game Master?
No.
Loved it. Loved
Remember
it.
that? It was a
Yeah.
cartoon.
Yeah.
It was a kid. He was involved and he got all the games together.
Yes,
So-
exactly. Donkey
Mega
Kong.
Man,
Mega
you
Man.
do the
Kid Icarus,
Yeah.
cinematic
Simon
universe.
Garner, yeah.
Blueprint, get some. I mean, Angry Birds just got a movie that
Yeah.
people liked. If you get
Oh,
a great
greedy
creative team
crossover.
behind it, you can. And then at the end, you have
100%.
your Nintendo Avengers movie.
100%.
Well, let me just throw out a possibility that goes against that grain because I feel like we have a lot of big superhero movies. What if we went into like a darker, grittier place? What if we did something that was like Deliverance meets Donnie Darko
First of all,
for Duck
Deliverance.
Hunt? Think about this: a duck hunt with Jake Gyllenhaal and Ben Foster on a hunting trip.
Who plays the dog?
That's Jake Gyllenhaal. Jake Gyllenhaal is the
I can
dog.
see it.
Jake Gyllenhaal
I
is
totally
the dog
can see
because
it.
one of them is losing their minds.
like the dog.
Exactly. One of them is losing their minds and they don't know which one. And the dog shows up when they miss stuff and they don't know. Like somebody might get.
I'm just mad she just
Alicia
played
Malone.
the-
Next time you're with Jake Gyllenhaal, let's get him in a
Duck Hunt, the movie.
Duck Hunt? Like a
dog
dark,
outfit.
gritty, directed by Denis Villeneuve, Duck Hunt. I'm telling you, that is a movie you would
But me
watch.
with Joe Pesci and Shia LaBeouf was a stretch. But y'all was like, no.
No, I don't.
Let's put
I mean,
Jake Gyllenhaal in a dog
well,
suit.
Duck Hunt's a little bit less of a. I don't care if they mess that one up. They can't mess up Mario Brothers again.
If they make it really dark and gritty, I feel like it would be beautiful.
Yeah,
I would-
Deliverance, though?
Deliverance meets Donnie Darko. It's
Can
a
we
whole
each have
mind trip.
zappers in the audience and
Just shoot at the.
Only
What if it
makes
was a
that
choose your own
clicking sound.
adventure and the audience has zappers and whichever character
the
you want to
vote
die,
and the vote?
it's either Ben Foster or Jake
interesting.
Gyllenhaal and whoever gets
Everybody
shot more
shoot
wins.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
That's not true. Ben Foster might get shot a lot. Okay, what about you, Andy? I want to know what
One
you
of my
want.
favorite games is Mega Man, so I want to turn it into. Let's put Carl Urban in there.
Awesome.
We need Dr. Wiley. We need someone villainous. How about James Woods?
Wow.
And so James Wood has created all these Metal Man,
Yeah.
all Bomb Man, Air Man. They all can be the like in Dread
Like in Dread.
and Red. He's got to plow through all these like gang bosses.
But does he touch everybody's
awesome.
arm after he beats him?
Maybe.
He just remember the touch. He just touches it. He gets that power. Just
Yeah. You can have the dog. What was the dog's name?
I don't remember.
I can't remember the dog's name.
Charlie, does anybody remember online?
it's,
We got Charlie Feldman over here
the
on
dog
socials.
was-
What's the dog's name?
Mega Man's
We're
dog.
gonna find out.
We need the dog's
Dog.
name.
Oh,
we need
was it-
you. We need you,
sorry,
Screen
was it
Junkies.
Spot?
What is the dog's name?
Was it
We
something
can't
simple?
Google things right now. Charlie, do they know?
We have
Can
to
they
wait.
help
They
us?
might have to wait to catch up.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
wait for the
Delay.
translation.
Don't wait for the
Yeah.
translation. Well, I think that would be super fun. And anytime you can get James Wood and Carl Urban together, that's a
Rush.
great movie.
That's a
Rush.
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 Thank
We
you,
did it,
Screen
guys.
Junkies.
Screen Junkies.
Good job. Well, since we got you, Charlie, we need
Yes.
to know, what are the fans talking about? What do they want to see as a ride? What do they want to see as a movie?
So things that have been coming up for movies, maybe a CG Star Fox would be fun. I want to offer my suggestion, since none of you are RPG fans apparently. Final Fantasy 3/6 already has one of the best stories to ever be on Nintendo ever. So just translate
But
that
isn't it
immediately.
basically a movie
franchise,
already?
but it was a terrible movie
Yeah.
when it came out.
Yeah.
Or Final Fantasy VII. I would love to see those movies. But we've got, what are the other ones we have? People like Mega Man, Bomberman, maybe, or a Dr. Mario like The Awakening.
It'd be a fun comedy.
Mario.
I think it'd be ripe for comedy.
Are there any
Seth
rides that they want
Rogen
to see?
is Dr.
Mario
Mario.
is Dr. Mario.
Nobody else.
A lot of people want to see Mario Kart as
Yeah.
as a ride.
Oh.
Donkey Kong as a
so
ride.
fun.
They were very excited about that.
Yeah.
Great ideas.
I mean,
today, guys.
Mario
People wanna
Kart
see
for a
Donkey Kong.
ride.
They wanna see
Of course,
the-
they want to jump over the barrels. I think that Mario Kart as a ride becomes like I just wonder, could it be more like the one that is at Disneyland for the Cars ride, where you are actually in a car driving it, as opposed to?
I would
Yeah.
think. I mean, they have that. It's Autotopia or something. It's
Yeah.
you just go on a track and ride it. You could make a more advanced version of that with actual.
As opposed to like a VR experience,
yeah,
like
like
Star
the Toy
Tours.
Story ride mixed with a go-kart thing.
Yeah.
It's like, why not? Because people are gonna play that forever.
Yeah.
Because that's just
Well,
doesn't exist anymore.
We asked you guys on Twitter what sort of ride you would want to see, and we got some fantastic responses, but I think our favorite is from DeCable Guy, who said that he would like to see, or she would like to see, but I'm guessing since it's Cable Guy, a Star Fox R-Wing simulator. What do we think of this?
People forget about Star Fox, how great of a game it was. It was an amazing game. It was you were flying through space as a fox. You had the team with you.
Yep.
You would get the R-Wings and you're like, oh my God, I just want to do this. I just want to do that. And people forgot about it.
Yeah.
So for someone to bring up Star Fox,
Good job, DeCable
you got
Guy.
the Falcon guy, you got the
Yeah.
frog.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah, the
but
whole
I
team,
remember
yeah.
it was just a really fun, and the graphics at the time, it was actually a really fun, clever way to do that sort of format. I'd watch it.
Yeah. Or Star Fox F-Zero combination game.
Yeah.
There's a lot of thoughts running around the
That
table.
would be a great
it's already
Nintendo does
synergy.
Synergy.
Yeah.
We want to
Shows.
know what you guys think. Tweet us, tell us in the comments, go to @SJ News, let us know, and of course you can always click here for more Screen Junkies. Thanks so much for being with us.